Morning, folks.
Morning.
Any agenda items today?
I actually do not know.
So Toddy, you mentioned that you had a document about all this various authentications. The patches one would have to put in to talk to these various registries. So it's if registry X, then do this, else do this, and so on and so forth.
I do not have the document. I started actually working and I was able to go through a couple of registries. So I have some notes, but I don't have a document that actually I produced. And I've been busy with other stuff, so I couldn't actually summarize those notes. If there are, I need to remember. So one of the registries is our own MAR registry, which actually does not go through the standard authentication flow. I remember there were few others that we noticed, but right now they are escaping my mind. So I need to look through my notes. Especially when it is related to the anonymous pool of images, right? So if you go, for example, and do anonymous pool from Docker Hub, Docker Hub still asks you to go through the flow that Brandon documented, and actually Brandon has the flow documented in the issue that he shared last week. But not every registry does that, especially for anonymous pool of images. For the rest, I believe they all follow kind of similar concept, what is in the documentation from Brandon. But I think the biggest one that we were kind of looking at was, so if you have anonymous registry, right, and no authentication is required, what is the flow? And some of those were failing if you, for example, try to go through the standard flow that Docker Hub uses. Does that help, Ram? You're muted if you're talking.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, sounds good, Toddy. I think it will. So I'm bringing that up because at least as a research document, that would be a very useful starting point.
Yep, I agree with that. I really need to get it as kind of my priority, maybe, to get this documented and take my notes on. I do not want to share because I have all the steps with the REST API calls, but unfortunately, some of those actually contain tokens. So at the minimum, I need to go and kind of anonymize these steps, and eventually I can share the logs, the call logs, but I need to figure out how to anonymize the tokens. So
okay. Okay, if there is nothing else, I think we can call this a short meeting.
Yeah, nobody had put anything on the agenda also. Last week, I think we discussed about Containerd, and Nathan, you were kind of like picking that up. Do you still feel comfortable, like maybe being able to make progress on that, or?
Yeah, last week I was able to just kind of read up a little bit more on it and stuff like that and get some test environment set up for it. So I'll be able to work on that this week, hopefully.
Okay, sounds good. Toddy, do you have a link to the issue that you were just talking about, or I can find it?
I think Brendan shared it in the notes last time. I can go and look for it, but I don't have it handy.
Yeah, I'm just editing the notes, so don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. We can wind it down this week. I don't think there's anything much.
Okay, ciao.
All right. Thanks, folks.
See you, folks. Bye.